Et salut tout le monde et bienvenue dans la suite de Doki Doki Littérature Club. On s'était laissé précédemment ici et on devait continuer notre série de dialogues vu qu'il n'y a pas beaucoup d'interaction. Alors, probably the last I can do. Since you've been so patient with me, yeah, thank. We continue to reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. We continued the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost felt like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting in the flutter over to her side as she catch it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a shyly took, but the main character kind of mirroring me of you a little bit. Oh, you think? How do she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she has a second guess, ouais, all of the thing that she say and do. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but there kind of reminiscence of some of your mannerisms. Ça ressemble à certaines de tes manières. Je vois. Yuri a gardé le silence pendant un moment. Mais Jean-Luc Mélenchon, c'est probablement le cas. C'est probablement une terrible pensée que tu as dessus. C'est tellement embarrassant que tu penses ça. Attends. Je voulais pas comment c'est, t'offenser. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I more meant that it's kind of cut. Ah! What are you saying? Ah, c'est ce que tu dis à tous les étudiants? Ok, tout le monde? Je crois que c'est le moment de sortir vos poèmes et le raconter à tout le monde. On a déjà attendu bien assez longtemps. Un courant d'effroi. Ah! Yuri exhale, spared from finishing her truct. Tout le monde est prêt? Tout va bien, Yuri? T'as l'air d'être un peu triste, on va dire comme ça. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to see. J'arrive. Mais revoilà après plusieurs sœurs. It's fine, tout va bien. Yuri released her hand from the book. Yuri a relâché de ses mains le livre, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Ok. Je suppose que je vais devoir lire un peu plus ce soir. Ou est-ce que tu préfères que je lise avec toi? Je n'ai pas vraiment de préférence. Je pense que je vais devoir lire un peu plus ce soir. Ça serait peut-être plus fun de lire avec toi. D'accord. Tu ne penses pas? Ouais, c'est pas mal comme raisonnement. Dans tous les cas, je serai bientôt libre après avoir fini le premier chapitre. Dans les temps, enfin, je crois. Ok. Je me lève. J'ai fait une note mentale de ce que je me suis, de ce que j'ai appris sur les livres. Et je l'ai mis dans mon cartable. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Mais dans tous les cas, t'es-tu rappelé qu'il fallait faire un poème le soir dernier? Oui. Mon relaxation. Non. Bon. Je ne peux pas croire que j'ai accepté quelque chose d'aussi embarrassant. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find some share white? Je ne peux pas attendre. Sayuri et Monica sont enthousiastes de réciter leur poème. Sayuri is on a wrinkless sheet of loose leaf from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote her in a composition notebook. Ok, un livre de composition. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly completed a whale, reaching into their bag. I do the same myself. Je fais pareil par moi-même. À qui devrais-je montrer mon poème? Je sais pas. Monica? Je devrais commencer par Monica. Ok, yesterday she seemed eager to read my poem and I want her to know I'm putting in effort. Salut, GLM! Having a good time so far? Oh yeah! Good, glad to hear it! By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestion for the club, like a new activity or thing we can do better, it's always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I kept that in mind. Of course, he'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. C'est très embarrassant, mais je n'ai pas le choix. Ha. Ne t'inquiète pas, Jean-Luc Mélenchon. Tu es un peu embarrassé aujourd'hui, n'est-ce pas? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I am Monica, my poem. Great job! I was going, in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. Oui, c'est la métaphore, c'est mon truc, quoi. C'est mon truc. Oh, dans la vraie vie, oui. I'm not sure why, but I didn't accept you to for something so deep. Je t'ai pas demandé de faire quelque chose d'aussi profond. Ok. Bah, si j'avais fait sous-entendu cul, ça aurait été pareil, du coup. I guess. Mais je suppose que je ne devais pas les sous-estimer. Exactement. C'est facile de croire que enfin, it's easier for me to keep everyone's expectation low. That's why it's always count when I put in some effort. Ha! That's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that you really like this kind of writing, right? writing that full imaginary ensemble. Unlike Sazi, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes it when readers are left to derive their own hook of it. It's very challenging to write that effectively, but allowing people to get sometimes out of it just before, or letting them deeply analyze of the nuance. I can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri is at this point. I never really asked it to. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. I'm sure I end up trying the different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing it. Ça peut prendre du temps avant d'être confortablement dans le sujet. C'est ok. I love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little bit biased towards their own kind of style, but I always help you find the suit you the most. You don't force yourself to write the way everyone else want to write. Il faut pas se forcer à écrire. D'accord. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? No? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who's claimed not be very good. Well, that cause I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. It couldn't have been me. See the direction the sparkle portude. And was Neighbor a hungry boyfriend? I never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I read, blind like a film left out in the sun, but it's too late. My retina already scored what a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Straighting forever into everything, a hole of infinite truth. I already know he wasn't looking in, I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. Ouais, c'est vrai que je comprends rien. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. It's Waouh, comment c'est? C'est une fille. C'est génial. Je kiffe. Je kiffe grave. Tu fais une photocopie? Après la fin. T'as compris ce qu'elle dit? Non. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Haha, it's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. Since a lot of poem has been putting emphasis on the timing between word and line. When performer of the clue, I can't be really powerful. What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if you know how to put it in your ace. No, wait, I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poem about. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. I kind of never thought about deep stuff like that, because it's a kind of coming and strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica writing tips of the day. So, sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on specific points. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then I never make any progress. C'est vrai. Just force yourself to get something down in the paper and tidy up later. Anyway, another, c'est moi, way to think about this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go wipe the floor. That's my advice for today. Thank you for listening. Elle avait dit que ça serait très bien sur Yuri, on va le voir. Yuri! As Yuri reads the poem, he notices a lighten. C'est exceptionnel! What? What's that? Est-ce que je l'ai dit si fort que ça? Yuri first cover her mouth, but then end up covering her whole face. You're going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What I'm getting so nervous for? Yuri, take a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? You use of imaginary metaphor indicate you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This actually my first time, really. Oh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then look at my poem again. Well, I know that. The man Yuri threw off, unable to find an excuse. She traced her finger along the word in the poem, as if breaking it down. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits. They are usually typical of new writers. Connaissent. Having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing is recognizing in a new writer is that they try to make their style very deliberate. Dis-le si c'est de la merde, hein. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit together. The end result is both style and expressive are weakened. On Yuri thinks the trend of text is if they may not totally change. Starmernig is completely gone, and she like an expert. Of course, that's not something can be blamed for. There are so many different styles and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and print them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and try new things. J'ai un petit coup de froid là. It's also up. Ça marche, ouais. It also up that everyone in the club give you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit based talks. Based? How? Well, never mind. I should be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure Yuri apologizes to herself, or to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mean the ready poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiled grimly as if that rare opportunity for her, which itself a kind of funny. After all, isn't she supposed to be literature club? Ok. Alors, the tendril of my hair imitated the benalt of the amber glow. Battling. It must be on. The last remaining streetlight you have a white stool, the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the skinning blue-green hue of the future. I battle. Okay. Calm, breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flicker. I'll flicker back. Je sais pas ce que ça veut dire. Ah, je suis coincé. I'm sorry, je n'ai pas beaucoup écrit. What? C'est pas ce que je pensais, du tout. But I took you a long time to read. Ah bah je suis désolé, j'ai pas compris. Ah! Well, I just don't read script very often. Yeah, actually think your handwriting is pretty. Hey! That's a relief. Also, I like it the poem. Even though it's short, it's really descriptive. Quoi? It wasn't too short? Usually written longer poem. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. Je vais être honnête. Since it's your first time sharing, I wanted to write sometimes a little more chill. J'ai pas fait attention. Sometimes easy to digest, I suppose. Are you written ghost? Est-ce que tu es dans les fantômes? Tu es entre les fantômes, Yuri? Okay, the story isn't about a ghost at all, GLM. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Ah well, I suppose did only glance over it after all, but I remember the poets often express their own feeling and expression in their work. They usually do more tell a simple story or paint of a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfortable, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing that I loved more solemn putting in the way. I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. Hey! Ce n'est pas vraiment le cas. You was impressive too, so? Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yes, of course. Ha! Je vais répondre. Ha! Oh, tu es super impressionnant, je t'adore. Je t'admire. Ah! Merci. Je suis très gentil. You know? I was very nervous about doing altitude, but in the head, I enjoy it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you, GML. Ah! Arrêtez les cons. Ah! Ah, me too. Ah, me too. D'accord. Il y a beaucoup de texte, hein. Faut l'avouer, il y a beaucoup de texte. Non, pas auto. Save. Bam. Oui, ça avait bugué. Du coup, c'est la fin de la vidéo. J'espère que vous a plu. N'hésitez pas à vous abonner à la chaîne pour plus de contenu. Mettez un pouce bleu aussi, c'est super important. Partagez la vidéo sur tous les réseaux sociaux. Et on se retrouve sur une prochaine vidéo sur la suite de Doki Doki Littérature Club. Allez.